Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike from the Retrollectors, and I'm here to showcase my SEGA Dreamcast collection from A to Z, from white label to black label. My OCD's just the way it is. Well, guys, this is my SEGA Dreamcast collection. I'm sitting at 150 titles. There's 250 total to go for, give or take. I think it's 251, 252 because there's a bunch of variances. But yeah, this is my collection so far. White label, black label. Some of these guys are a little bit rare. I have these in a shadow box, but we'll show you those as the video progresses. I just love them in the shadow boxes. I just hold them on my wall, and whenever I want to play them, I can take them out. It's not a big deal. So yeah, here we go. Without further ado, Four Wheel Thunder. All these games are complete, mind you. Arrow Wings. This is actually still sealed. Actually, I'm probably gonna do a video of opening these games up, the ones that I have sealed. Air Force Delta, Blue Stinger. This was, I believe, a launch title. Was a pretty, actually, I think you could say it's like a Resident Evil kind of clone. There was another game, Carrier, which was also a Resident Evil type of clone. I never really played this game. I played a little bit of the demo when it first came out, but I never played the full version, so I'm looking forward to playing this eventually. Centipede, Choo Choo Rocket. This is a puzzle game. It's pretty good, actually. It's a really, really good game. Looking forward to play this with Danny one day eventually, but yeah, it's a really fun party game. Crazy Taxi, great title. Dead or Alive 2, Deep Fighter, Disney Pixar's Toy Story 2. This actually came on a bunch of other platforms. Draconis, Cult of the Worm. This is such a fun game. Dynamite Cop. Oh man, I played this so much when I had it when I first started this collection. ECW Hardcore Revolution. Evolution. There's a second one to this. I don't have it yet. I'm going to eventually grab it, obviously, because I'm going for the complete collection. I played this game when it first came out. It's an okay dungeon type of crawler game. You get to see all the enemies that are in front of you, so you can avoid them if you want. When I started playing this, I was about 90s. I wasn't really into RPGs back then, but from what I played, I enjoyed it. Expendable, Flag to Flag, Fighting Force, Fur Fighters with the lenticular cover there. Gauntlet Legends, this is a fun game, a very good arcade port. Giga Wing, I was so excited when I grabbed this early on in my collection. I grabbed this, I think, in 2014. I got a great deal on it, and I was trying to find Giga Wing 2. Eventually I did, and that's coming up, but yeah, this is a fun game, a bullet hell kind of game. Giga Wing 2 is a lot harder, but this one's a really, really good game too. Grand Theft Auto 2, Hydro Thunder, House of the Dead 2. I don't have a light gun yet, but I can't wait because I have my my CRT TV, and I can't wait to play this. This was such a fun game when I had it originally. Jeremy McGrath, Supercross, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This is actually a fighting game. It's really good. It's, what could you compare it to? Maybe like a Darkstalkers kind of game, Darkstalkers fighting type of game. It's really fun, really good game. Probably one of my favorite Dreamcast games, well, up there with one of my favorite Dreamcast games, Legacy of the Kain. It also came out on the PlayStation and I believe PlayStation 2. This is such a great game of going between the different realms. Make X, Marvel vs. Capcom, probably one of the greatest fighters on the system. Marvel vs. Capcom, and followed up by Marvel vs. Capcom 2. This is actually probably the greatest fighter on there. So many great characters, so many different variances of fighting styles, so much fun. It's a really great game. Actually, both of those are. MDK, Murder, Death, Kill, another sealed game. This is Greatest Hits, Midway's Greatest Hits. This is Volume 1. I still have to get Volume 2, but can't wait to open this up and show you guys. Monaco Grand Prix, Mortal Kombat Gold. This is, I never really played it. This is the better version of it because there was another one that didn't have the hot new. That one apparently had a very big bug in it that didn't allow you to really play the game. So anything with the hot new was a different version of it, and it was they fixed all the bugs that was in it, so they re-released it. NBA 2K, probably one of the greatest basketball games of all time. You could say that NBA 2K17, whatever it is that they're at right now, is probably one of the greatest basketball games. Yeah, for graphics and all that, but this was the kickstart of amazing basketball games. Such a great game. You can also put NBA Jam as one of the greatest basketball games of all time, but this was something else. It was amazing. NBA Showtime, kind of like an NBA Jam in the 3D perspective. It's a lot of fun too. NFL 2K, much like NBA 2K, probably one of the greatest football games that actually came out. I love playing it. I used to do a lot of replays with this game, so I used to play as the Minnesota Vikings cover guy, Randy Moss, one of my favorite players. I used to bomb the ball down the field just to watch Moss catch it. Just repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. It was so much fun. Love this game. NFL Blitz, again, with the hot new. This is probably one of the greatest arcade ports of this game. I love this game. So much fun. Playing this in arcades, just mashing the buttons, try to get the big head mode, or the different secrets that were in it when you mash the buttons, try to at the loading screen. So much fun. NFL Quarterback Club 2000. I never played this one. I think I played it on the N64, but I never played this version, so it is what it is. Another sealed game. This is NFL Quarterback Club 2001. NHL 2K, much like the other two sports games, I used to play this like hell. It was one of the games that I got right off the bat, and I used to love just putting it top shelf in this game. It was so much fun. Great game. Nightmare Creatures 2, Pen Triathlon, or Triathlon. It's, I don't know what it is. I think it's like a racing game. You're going downhill as a character. I've never played it yet. I've been meaning to play a lot of these games, but I haven't had a chance to play this one yet. Look really forward to that. Plasma Sword. Okay, I kind of refrain. Actually, I said that Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Marvel vs. Capcom was probably the greatest fighter on the system. I forgot that this was one of the greatest fighters. This was the bar set standard for a fighting game on this system, and probably a party fighting game. It was so much fun. Great game. Railroad Tycoon, Revolt, Ready Rumble Boxing. Again, a top tier fighting game. So much fun. It's real wacky. It's all over the place, but a great game. Rippin' Riders, Sega Bass Fishing, Sega Rally 2, Silver, Still Sealed, Slave Zero, Sonic Adventure, and Sonic Adventure Limited Edition. This was a Hollywood Video release that came out for the system. It has some features that this one didn't. The manual is slightly different than the actual release for the game. This was a great game, and so is this, but it's still missing some stuff. Soul Calibur, another great fighter. This system had so many great fighters. Soul Fighter, South Park Chef's Love Shack, Space Channel 5, again with a lenticular cover. A little bit weird, but yeah, it's pretty cool nonetheless. Speed Devils, Street Fighter Alpha 3, again, another great title. Another one right here, Street Fighter Double Impact, Striker Pro Soccer 2000, Suzuki All-Star, Tech Romancer, another good fighting game. Tee Off Golf, which is a Hot Shot Golf knockoff. Pretty good. It's not great, but yeah, it's pretty good. Test Drive V Rally, Time Stalkers, TNN Motorsports, Tomb Raider, Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Trick Style, it's like a 1080 snowboarding. It's downhill. You're on a hoverboard. You're going downhill. It's okay. You do a lot of tricks. When I had it when I was younger, I didn't quite like it, but it's still fun, but in my opinion, I didn't really like it. Vigilante 8, Second Offense, Virtua Fighter 3 TB, Virtua Tennis, probably one of the greatest tennis games. I love that game. So much fun. Wacky Races, Wild Metal. This is not a game, but this is a web browser version 1. There's 3 versions of this, the third one being the most expensive. WWF Attitude, what a shitty wrestling game, and Zombie Revenge. Now for the Black Label, this is another bunch of great games. Like I said, my OCD, I can't keep them together. I tried putting them on the shelf side by side with the black and white, and I just didn't like it. It didn't look appealing, so I just decided to split them up. Starting off with the Black Label 4x4 Off-Road, 18-wheeler All-American Pro Trucker. I did a review on this early on in the channel. I'll put a flag or a tag up here. It's a pretty fun game. It's like a crazy taxi, point A, point B, try to get there as quickly as possible, try to avoid your rival, try to get there to the end faster than your rival. It's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. Sealed 102 Dalmatians. Alien Front Online. This is complete. It's got the manual. It's got everything and the mic. So yeah, this is a pretty good game. Nothing great, but it's pretty good. I like it. Arrow Wings. Alone in the Dark. Iron Man Sarge's Heroes. Bangai-O. Capcom vs. SNK. Another sealed one. Charge and Blast. This is a reseal, but it's Chicken Run, Complex Zone, Crazy Taxi 2, Daytona USA. I used to play a lot of this in the arcades. So much fun. Another sealed game here, Demolition Racer, Dino Crisis, kind of like a Resident Evil. It's actually pretty much exactly like Resident Evil. So much fun. It's with dinosaurs, obviously the title says it. So much fun. Buzz Lightyear, the Star Command, Donald Duck Going Quackers, F355 Challenge. I played this a lot in the arcades as well. Floygan Brothers, Frogger 2, Giga Wing 2. This is probably one of my prides of the collection. I'm so glad I got this. I paid really not much for it. It was a lot of trades, but it's such a good game. A bullet hell shooter, so much fun. Grandia 2, great RPG. Heavy Metal, Ill Bleed. This is one of the games that's not complete. Kind of actually upset by that, just because, again, I want all my games complete. The only thing that's not complete about it, the manual is missing the inside page, so it's just got the cover of the manual. So eventually I gotta hunt that down, but try to complete the collection first. Jet Grind Radio, such a fun game. They actually re-released it on the Xbox. Such a fun game. King of Fighters Evolution, Kiss Psycho Circus, Matt Hoffman Pro BMX, Max Steel, MSR, Metropolis Street Racer. It's a pretty good game. I didn't mind that when I was younger. NBA 2K1, NBA 2K2, NCAA 2K2, NFL 2K1, NFL 2K2, NHL 2K2, Miss Pac-Man, Project Justice. This is actually a really good fighting game. This is like Rival Schools. If you ever play Rival Schools for the PS1, it's the continuation of it. I don't know how the story goes. I never really played Rival Schools. I played it, but I didn't remember any of the story. This is actually a continuation. Pretty really good fighting game. Phantasy Star 2, or version 2, sorry. Quake 2 Arena, Razor Freestyle Scooter, Radio Rumble Volume 2, Resident Evil Nemesis, great Resident Evil game. Seaman, stupid title. It's actually like really weird. Leonard Nimoy lends his voice to it. It's such a weird game. You just basically evolve like a Tamagotchi kind of like fish into a full-fledged walking being, I guess. I don't know what you put it on, like it starts as a fish, goes into an aquarium. Now it can come out of the aquarium. It's pretty weird. It's complete, but nonetheless. Probably one of the greatest games on the system. Shenmue, Silent Scope, Sega GT, Sega Marine, another great RPG. Skies of Arcadia, Snowcross, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Shuffle, Spider-Man. This is actually a really good game. I love this game. When I played it on the PS1, I used to love unlocking all the costumes for it, for Spider-Man, and then you fight all the bosses, obviously. So much fun. Star Lancer, Star Wars Demolition, Street Fighter Third Strike, another great fighting game. Sega Dreamcast probably had one of the greatest fighting libraries during that generation. So much fun. Sydney 2000, Tennis 2K2, Le Mans, Tomb Raider, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, Ultimate Fighting. This is actually, I didn't like this game at all. I remember buying this at launch and I hated this game. I couldn't, even UFC games to the day, I can't get the understanding of the controls. I just want, you know, I mash buttons, and this one's just very finicky with button presses, and I didn't like it too much. Urban Chaos, Vanishing Point, another sealed game. This is Virtua Athlete 2000, Web Browser 2.0, Who Wants to Beat Up a Millionaire, World Series 2K1, World Series 2K2, and last but not least, Worms World Party and Cannon Spike in the Shadow Box. Again, this is probably one of my favorite games as well. I have a lot of favorite games in the system. So much fun. This is it's like a vertical shooter. You control your character on an 8-dimensional plane, so you can basically shoot in all 8 directions, but he's walking around. It's really good fun. Weird, it's very fast paced, it's very fun. But thanks a lot, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Put a comment down below if you guys want me to showcase something in particular. Thanks a lot, guys.